Hey everyone, it's YJ, and I am 5 months on testosterone. I'm gonna go over some changes that have happened really quickly, and then I wanted to talk about something else. Eyebrows, pretty sure are thickening. Other than that, body odor is a lot more noticeable. Muscle mass is increasing. I can do 5 pull-ups, which was never a thing before. Emotionally, I've supposedly sort of mellowed out, and things have been pretty stable for the most part. Lately, I would say that hasn't been the case, but I have been thinking a lot about what this transition means and what documenting it means. I've made videos since I was in middle school, and I consumed a lot of this media from other people and sort of living vicariously through them over the years, especially because my medical and physical transition is not something that I pursued until recently. But what it meant to transition meant a very singular thing, at least in my head, because that's the singular narrative that I saw. And so I've been thinking a lot about what it means to locate all of your pain in all this dysphoria, but to locate all your pain in your femininity, in being a female, what it means to walk through the world as a female, and then conversely what it now means to walk through the world as a man, and the privilege that comes with, and then being in queer and trans spaces, and how liberating that can feel to be in community with people who are like yourselves, but also how problematic those spaces can be, and how racist those spaces can be, or unwelcoming for people of color. And so for the longest time I felt a lot of conflict because it kept feeling like I had to choose whether it was my ethnicity or my gender identity and sexuality, or some notion of like what manliness meant to me, or manhood. And there such exists a place where that doesn't have to be the case all the time, because I think walking through the world as a queer person of color, there's never a time when we're not politicized in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I've also been trying to be a lot more intentional about who I am spending time with in the relationships that I have, and evaluating ones that may not have been healthy, and taking steps towards building healthier relationships. I don't really like New Year's resolutions because I don't think there's a lot of weight in them. They feel almost like an obligation. I do have some short-term and long-term goals, both things I want to do and things that I strive to be that I'm working on. I don't know, I guess I'm really down right now. But depression will do that to you. Me transitioning is not something that I even recognize anymore, because I feel like it's become as much a part of me as me continually changing and trying to grow and trying to do better and learn more, take advantage of the opportunities that I have. So I don't know, I was considering whether or not I should even post these videos, but I did want to give an update on some of the other things that have been going on. I'm back in school, so I'm finishing up some classes from last semester, and I'm starting up work this week as well. Other than that, I've been continuing to storytell through animation. I think storytelling is a really powerful way to process a lot of things that you can't necessarily process explicitly. And so that's been almost therapeutic for me to put myself into those stories. And not like an OC in a fanfic, but like metaphorically house myself within these pieces of work. I have been also making time for friends, both new and old, and so that's been good. Like I mentioned earlier, it's looking at the relationships in my life, and that's been a really difficult one for me because I've been pushed to examine what may be unhealthy or toxic relationships, and I've been pushed not to pursue those relationships anymore if they're just a detriment to my health and own well-being. So that's been hard, but I think it was necessary. I'm also doing a lot of applications for summer and the likes, so I'm pretty busy with that. But yeah,